Hello everyone, welcome to It's Crochet O'Clock. My name is Stephanie and today we are going to be working on part 1 of the Rambling Roses Shawl Crochet Along by Pip and Poppycock. In the description box below this video you'll find a website for pipandpoppycock.com. That's where you can download the written pattern for this crochet along each week. You'll also find a link to the Pip and Poppycock Facebook group where you can communicate with other folks who are working on the crochet along and talk with testers who worked the pattern up beforehand. It's just a great fun place to be, so I highly encourage you join that Facebook group. Now for this video and for future videos for this crochet along, I am working up the Bashful colorway. She also has a bold colorway. You can see that on pipandpoppycock.com, but we are working in Stylecraft special DK yarn for the project, and I am using a 4.5mm crochet hook. So we're going to work on the body of the shawl. That is the main body of the shawl today. So let's get right into it, shall we? To begin, Emma gives us a choice between doing a chain 4 and then a slip stitch to the first chain to create a loop, or to work a magic loop. I'm a fan of the double magic loop, so that is what we are going to do. You're going to wrap your yarn around your fingers 3 times and then hold it between your index finger and your thumb. Slip your hook under the first 2, grab that third. You're going to twist it just a little bit. You can see it'll move freely there. You can slide it back to the back, and we're going to grab this working yarn right there and pull that through. There is our magic loop. I like to put my ring finger in it just to give it a little bit of stability. Now for row 1, we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to place 3 double crochets into the loop. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to chain 2, then put 3 more double crochets into the loop. It's 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to chain 1 and put 1 more double crochet into this loop. And here we're going to pull up on the yarn so we don't lose our work, and we need to close this double magic ring. So we have 2 here. You're not going to just want to pull on this tail because then you're going to break your yarn and it's not going to be great. So watch these 2 loops here. I'm just going to pull ever so gently, and you see how this bottom one right here, it's moving over on the left. We're going to pull it, but we're going to pull it from the opposite direction, and what that's going to do is it's going to close this loop back there. See how it closes that up? Close that, and then close that. There we go. So we're just going to let that sit there for just a second, and we are ready for row 2. For row 2, we are going to turn our work, and we're staying in the same color. We are going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and that counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. Now we're going to place 3 double crochet in this chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to hop to this chain 2 space right here. We're going to place 3 double crochet there. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 2, place 3 more double crochet in that same chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to hop to this chain space and place 3 double crochets there. So 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and then another double crochet in that same chain space. So that is what row 2 looks like. Let's move on to row 3. To begin row 3, we are going to turn our work, and it begins just like the previous one. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That counts as a double crochet and a chain 1, and then 3 double crochets in this first chain space. Maybe. One, 2, and 3. Now we are going to hop to this next space in between these clusters and place 3 double crochet there. I say cluster, but I mean double crochet, 3 of them together, all right there. Now we are going to jump to this. It's not really a corner, but it kind of looks like a corner. We're going to place 3 double crochets there. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets in that same space. Now we're going to skip to the next space in between the clusters. 3 more double crochets. And finally, we're over here towards the end, 3 double crochets in that space. Chain 1, and then 1 more double crochet. And that is the end of row 3. Round 4, we're going to turn our work, chain 4, 2, 3, 4, 3 double crochet in this first chain space. It's 1, 2, and 3. Hop to the space in between these 3 double crochets. 3 double crochets there. 2, 3. Hop to the next space. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now we're up here at this little peak, or the corner if you would like to call it. 3 double crochets in that chain 2 space. It's 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochets in that same space. It's 1, 2, 3. We're going to jump to this space in between these groupings. I don't know whether to call them clusters. There's 3 double crochet are going here. There is a such thing as a cluster stitch. There is a such thing as a together stitch. It's 3 double crochets all in the same space, but skipping into the space between the groupings, 3 more double crochets. Granny clusters. That's what I could call them, granny clusters. And now finally we're over here at the end, so there's 3 double crochets are going to go in this chain space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then 1 more double crochet. And that is row 4. To begin row 5, we're going to turn our work, and we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. We're going to place 3 double crochets in that same chain space. There's 1, 2, and 3. We're going to hop to the next space between these groupings, place 3 double crochets there. 1, 2, 3. Hop to the next space in between the granny clusters. Make another granny cluster, 3 double crochets. Skip to the next space in between the granny clusters. Create another granny cluster. Skip to the next space, 3 double crochet. Chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Skip to the next space, 3 double crochet. Skip to the next space, 3 double crochet. And skip to the next space, 3 double crochet. 2, 3, in this last space, 3 double crochet there. 1, 2, 3, chain 1. Now here's where we're going to have a color change. We're working in color A, and we're going to be switching over to color B. And we're going to be fastening off color A, but we are going to do so in our last stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So our last stitch is a double crochet in this same space. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now stay there, hold on. You're going to grab your color B, make a little loop, just drop that yarn there, and you're going to complete your double crochet with it. Okay, and that is the end of row 5. I'm sorry. Let's move right on to row 6. I have woven in my ends. I've clipped off color B, woven in all of my ends so they are not going to get in our way, and we are ready to continue on with row 6. So we're going to turn our work, and you're going to want to put your thumb here so you're not pulling on that tail. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 double crochets in this same chain space, just like the other ones. just like the previous rows, just a different color. In between those granny clusters or groupings of 3 double crochets, we're going to make more groupings all the way up to the peak. Now we're at the peak, so we're going to create our new peak or a point or corner. So that's 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. Work our way back down, 3 double crochets in each space. Just a couple more for this row. Should have gotten myself some more yarn. In this last space, same as the previous rows, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, all in that same space. And that is row 6. For row 7, we are going to stay in this same color, color B, and we are going to turn our work, and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 double crochet. It's the same as the previous ones. We just have a couple extra more spaces. We just have a few more extra spaces for us to put in our 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, working our way to that peak. And we're going to get there. As we move along with this, it's the same pattern all the way through. It's just where you change your colors, how you change them, and it increases with every row. Almost to the peak. 1. I'm so sorry if you can hear my kitten having a fit outside. He wants in and he cannot come in. We're at the peak. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, working our way back down. And here we are at the end, so it's going to be 3 double crochets. And then a chain 1, but we're going to have a color change to color C. We're going to do it the same way that we did it back here. So we're going to stop midway through our last double crochet right there. We're going to grab color C, and we're going to complete our stitch with color C. Now you are not going to cut this. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but you're not going to cut it. You're just going to let it fall behind, and you will see later we will pick it back up. So let's move on to row 8. For row 8, we are going to turn our work, and it is exactly like the other ones. We are going to begin, remember, because we've just attached this color, you're going to want to hold on to it. Chain 4, and then 3 double crochets in that first chain space. Now we're going to work our way back up to the peak, same as the previous rows, just groups of 3 double crochets. Now we're at the peak, or the point. 3 double crochet, and then chain 2, 3 more double crochet, and then work your way back down. almost. Now we're here at the end, so it's 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and a double crochet. And that is what row 8 looks like. To begin row 9, we're going to do just like we've done the previous. We're going to turn our work and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 double crochets. And you're going to work this row just like you've done all of the other ones. So I'm going to let you complete this row. Well, almost. I'm going to come back right at the end of it in just a second to show you how to switch colors, because we're going to be switching colors back to color B. Okay, so I have gotten to the end of this row. I have worked 3 double crochets, I've chained 1. So I am going to start my last double crochet, and again I'm going to stop halfway through, and then I'm going to pull this forward. I say pull forward because if you continue to drop behind, then what's going to happen, because we're just going to carry our yarn, you'll end up getting colors B and color C twisted up, and that's not going to be fun. So whenever I'm working, I always try to drop one to the front, and like this color, color B, I will always drop that one to the back. So pull it towards the front, get it out of your way, reach down here and grab color B, and finish off your stitch with color B. Pull it just a little bit tight. So this is how we're going to work. Let me begin the next row real quick, just so you can see. 2, 3, 4. Just so you can see what this is going to look like, because I know that some of you guys are going to freak out, but I promise you this is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. It's going to be a revelation for you. All right. So you can see here where we've pulled the yarn up. We've just carried it up, and we will do the same thing. We will work 2 rows of color B, and then we're going to switch back to color C. And we will do the same thing. We'll pull that up, and well, not that one, that was the tail. We will pull this one up. And I know that it looks kind of crazy right now, but remember, we're going to be putting a border on this. So we're going to be covering all of this up right there. You're not even going to see any of this, but it means that you only have 4 ends to weave in with this. 5 technically, well, 6, because I already wove in the end of this one, and I already wove in my center. 6 ends for all of these rows. Now, talking about rows, I'm going to leave you here for a little bit. You are going to continue on with this pattern. You're going to repeat row 6 through 9 until you have 52 rows, and that 52 rows includes these rows here that we did in color A. I will meet you back for row 53. We will work through that one together, but I will leave you now so you can populate the whole rest of the body of this shawl. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Don't worry, you can do it. Just repeat rows 6 through 9, and I will see you soon. Okay, welcome back. I am all the way finished with row 52. I'm at the end of row 52. I have already turned my work, and moving into row 53, we are going to chain 2, and then we are going to place a single crochet in this chain space right here. And now we are going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now we are going to single crochet in the space between these clusters. And that's your repeat for this whole row. 3 single crochets in the top of the double crochets, and then a single crochet in between the clusters. You're going to repeat this all the way to the peak, and I will meet you. It'll be just a couple seconds for you here on video, but go ahead and pause. I will meet you for the peak and show you how to work around the peak, and then we will continue on. So I've made it to the peak, and I've just finished my 3rd single crochet across this cluster. To work around the peak, we are going to single crochet and then chain 2, and then place another single crochet in that same space. Now for the rest of this side, you're going to continue on as you have before. You will place 3 single crochets in the top of each of those double crochets, and then a single crochet in between the clusters. Continue doing this all the way down this side, and I will meet you for the end of this row. Okay, I am at the end of the row. I have placed my last single crochet in the last, or in the top of the last double crochet, and now I am here at the chain space. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 last single crochet in that chain space, and then we are going to chain 1, and then we are going to slip stitch into that same chain space. And that is how we are going to end the body of the shawl. So now you can fasten off and weave in all of your ends. Not that there are many for you to weave in, but you will weave them in. And that is the completed part 1 of the Rambling Roses shawl from Pippin Poppycock. I will see you in part 2. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and remember to hit the like button on this video.